Start streaming. We could do the intro real quick. All right, let's hit the intro real quick. And then we'll get started. Okay, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Today's Ojibwe language and culture podcast is brought to you by the lovely presence of Gwen Carley. Gwen Carley! If there's a more beautiful woman in the world, I don't want to look at her. No. Hey Gwen, what's going on? Nice to see you. Welcome back to the show. So Michael and I were just hanging out. Oh, say hello, Michael. Ikadon BOOZHOO. BOOZHOO, everyone. BOOZHOO Gakina Awia. BOOZHOO Gakina Awia. Actually, you know what our Ojibwe phrase of the day is? I know what our Ojibwe word of the day is. We have two Ojibwe words. Two of the Ojibwe words today are talk and say, I think. Yeah. I like how you did that. Talk and say. Let me get that out of your mouth. Gagi-do, gagi-gado, gagi-gado, gagi-gado. Take two. Oh, and there goes, we got 50 seconds left on the camera. All right. Thank you so much for watching BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO. Please hit the subscribe button and like and blah, 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 share. And don't listen to other people tell you what to do, even if it's me. So don't hit the like button. I don't know. So what's good? I don't know. Jim Dunn's here. Well, hey, Jim Dunn. What's going on, my brother? Nice to see you. BOOZHOO. Gwen says, life is good. Glad you're here. I'm so happy to see you. Life is good here, too. Life really is good. I mean, it's the apocalypse. Don't you feel like it's the apocalypse? Sometimes I feel like it's the end of the world. But, what do I know? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. What do you mean? You think the earth is flat? I know the earth is flat. But, and actually, I do believe there was a conspiracy to lie to the world. But, I wouldn't call myself a conspiracy theorist. I have theories that people conspire sometimes. But the term conspiracy theorist really just kind of, that's a way of people saying you're paranoid and you don't, you believe things that aren't true. Yeah. But all it really means is if you're a conspiracy, I don't understand how anybody can't be a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, like they think the government can be trusted. Like, yeah, the government's just, been batting 100. The one thing we can trust is if the mainstream media and the government sponsored anything, whether it's education, science, any of that stuff. Yeah, no, they've never lied or, no, that's like, yeah. Yeah, but people don't want to, they don't want to believe that, they could be fooled. I heard it said once that It's easier to lie to a person than it is to convince a person they've been lied to. Yeah, I know. But whatever. So, Jim Dunn says, good evening. Good evening. Mino Dibakad. Mino Dibakad. Oh, but anyway, back to the Ojibwe phrase of the day. So, Gagi Gado, if you were to, is the Ojibwe phrase for talk. And if you wanted to say, let's talk, you would say, Gagi Gado da. Gagi Gado da. Gagi Gado da. Why would you say da? Well, it's like Majada. Majada. Yeah, everybody knows Majada. Let's go. Right. So Maja means to leave. If you want to say let's leave, you would say Majada. Majada. So if you want to say let's talk, you would add a da to the word talk. And so it would be Gagi Gado da. Gagi Gado da. Gagi Gado da. Gagi Gado da. Let's talk. Let's talk. This is a live stream. We're here to talk. Oh, hey, Wally Bear is here. BOOZHOO, Wally Bear. What's going on? I'm so happy to see you. Wally Bear says, Mino Giga Shape. I just woke up, so it's reverse morning for me. Yeah, Wally Bear, I think he works at night. Oh, so he wakes up at night. Isn't there a song like that? Yeah, it's Elton John. Oh, yeah, what is it? Levon wears cartoon balloons in town. No. That is not wears cartoon balloons in town, anyway. No, it's like Mad Hatter. Oh, yeah. Love Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters, sons of bankers, sons of daughters, sons of lawyers. Turn around and say good morning to the night. That's what you do, Wally Bear. You say good morning to the night. You, Gi Ikado, you say good morning, Mino Giga Jabe, to the Diba Cut, to the night. And there's been way too many Ojibwe words of the day. So, Michael. Yeah? Can I interview you tonight? Sure, you can interview me tonight. You can ask me anything. What do you really think about John Redcorn? John Redcorn? I'd have to say that John Redcorn is probably one of the best men I've ever met in my life. Really? Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's a scholar. A gentleman and a scholar. He's been a friend to mankind, a teacher and a leader, and otherwise just another grassroots Niji. Hey, John, how you doing? BOOZHOO. BOOZHOO, John Redcorn. Oh, Wally Bear's got it. May the 4th be with you. I forgot it was May 4th today. May the 4th be with you. And also with you. Tonight, let's get rid of this. We're going to talk, Gagi Gado, about Star Wars. We are? No. Hey, John, miigwech. John, $5. Miigwech, Niji. Really appreciate it. Junia. Kids, the Ojibwe word for money is Junia. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? What's that? I want to do an episode of Kids Church. Kids Church? Yeah, can we do Kids Church tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's prayer day. We could do a prayer day live stream Kids Church. What do you mean? Why don't you tell the audience what you mean by Kids Church? I'm thinking about doing a live stream, not me. Well, I mean, me and Michael, but NANABOOZHOO and Natasha. I think it's called Kids Church with NANABOOZHOO and Natasha. We got to change the name, actually. Yeah, probably. But tomorrow morning, do a Sunday school episode of BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, where we talk about Bible stories, sing some songs, do something that kids would like. Because when I was a little girl, I don't know what you were like, but when I was a little girl, I hated church. It was so boring. It was like torture. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I hated it too. I mean, I remember sitting in that pew, and my mom wouldn't let me like lie down and fall asleep. I saw some of my friends, they just lie down on the pew and go to sleep. They'd have their, I remember Brian Kirby. He'd lie down with his head on his mom's leg, fall fast asleep in church. And I'd try to lean on my mom's shoulder, and she'd be like, "Get off me. Listen to the church guy." And you know what church is like, especially when you're a kid. Guy gets up there, "Oh, player would rise. Everybody get up. Sing this terrible song. Oh, we're good soldiers. La, 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 la." Then he has the morning announcements. He's got the okay, in this week's morning announcements. Don't forget, we're having a Ladies' Aid bake sale, and it's snowplow season, so whatever. Next week we'll have the picnic, so bring your hot dishes. And then there's another song, maybe a special musical guest or something. And then eventually, when you're like 7 years old, 40 minutes later feels like 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe. I'm sitting there dying of boredom. And the, eventually, the sermon starts. And the guy gets up there and he's all like, okay, let's turn to the Bible. St. Philip's, or what, is that even a Bible? I don't know. Let's turn to Matthew 6:25. And as you're trying to find it in the Bible, he just starts reading. He's like, then they read like 2 sentences, and he talks about something you have no idea what context. And this is why the Israelites and the Sadducees, and a bunch of terms you have no idea. And they go, and then there's another song, offering, and they finally let you go. And you get to go home, take off your church clothes, put on your ratty old play clothes. And now it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And you get to go outside and play. Get to do whatever you want now. Got the rest of the afternoon. That was the best time of the week, in a way, when you came home from church. And that's really what Star Wars is about. It's the dark side and the light side. What side are you on? What side are you on? Are you a Democrat or a Republican? I'm not either side. Not me either. Well, I'm on the light side. I use the power of the Force. What is it? Well, Darth Vader was always trying to get him to go to the dark side. So I'm on the light side. Yeah, I use the light side. May the Force be with you. Why did they just say, may God be with you? That's all it is. It's God and the devil. It's good versus evil. It's that simple. Sequoia hummingbird, as I live and breathe. I can't believe it. Mino onagoshin, gakina awia. Mino onagoshin. Good evening. Sequoia, we haven't heard from her in a while. Yeah, it's nice to see you, Sequoia. Welcome back to the show. Anyway, Sequoia, we were talking about Ojibwe stuff. Can you get the Ojibwe phrase up again? Sure. Today's Ojibwe words of the day are, it doesn't like to This mouse doesn't like to pick up. Gagi-gadoo. Gagi-gadoo means talk. Gagi-gadoo-da. 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 Gagi-gadoo-da means let's talk. Gagi-gadoo-da. Let's talk. You know, back in the days of the grandfathers, an elder might come up to you and say, Gagi-gadoo-da. Let's talk. And you go into the lodge there and maybe smoke a pipe together. Yeah. And you'd have a talk. And the talks were very sacred. Is that right? Sure, why not? What's not sacred? And I finally found my hat again. Oh, really? Where was it? That was inside of another shirt I threw in the laundry. We got to do laundry tomorrow. I know. I put it off and I'm all out of underwear. Yeah. So what's going on tonight, party people? Let's get rid of this. Gagi-gadoo-da. Now today in current events, Wally Bear says, Minawa Nanda Maya, roughly translate to, may the fourth be with you. Oh, cool. Minawe Nada Maya Kwe Nin. Minawe, something good, like the force, good, may to you, Mayankwe. 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 What's the Ojibwe word for power, for the force? Mushgawazi is power. Mushgawazi, mushgawazi. Baby, can't you feel my mushgawazi? Mushgawazi, mushgawazi. Baby, won't you? Mia Jones. Remember the stories about Bigfoot? Sabé. Do you want to tell them about your Bigfoot experience? Yeah, okay. So not only am I a complete, what people would call conspiracy theorist, I do believe there was a conspiracy to lie to the entire world. I don't even like calling it a world, to all of humankind, about, speaking of Star Trek and Star Wars, about outer space, that the Earth was a ball, and that the everybody used to know that the Earth was flat, and that there was a dome over the Earth, and that outside of that dome was water, and that the stars were within the dome, and that the sun and the moon are the same size, and you know, that was all common knowledge. And then there was a conspiracy to fool the world, and they came up with the story of outer space and planets and a Big Bang, and all of that is a complete fiction. It's a story. It's a wasn't it, Egon? No, it's a Dabajimoan. Dabajimoan, a story. But, so I do believe the Earth is flat. I don't believe in the moon landing. Yeah, the moon landing. I love it that people... Do people really still believe we landed on the moon? Or do they just not want to admit that they don't believe it either? But they used to. I think people really believe it. And they just don't care that there's been no evidence, and that all evidence looks like they just lied and faked it 6 times in 3 years. And that's probably why they got rid of Nixon. Really? Yeah. But that's a whole other conspiracy. But the other thing that conspiracy theorists love is Bigfoot. It gets lumped in if you believe in Bigfoot. You must be a conspiracy theorist, you know, because it's a stone's throw from people who are into UFOs and what they call aliens, which I believe are just straight up demons. Yeah. But when I was, this is a good 15 years ago or so, I had 3 dreams with Bigfoot in it. Now, in Ojibwe, we call Bigfoot Sabbe. The other conspiracy theory I believe in are giants. I believe humanity, there used to be a race of giants that built all these old buildings and stuff, and something happened and either killed off the giants, they might have moved down underground. They could be fallen angels, I don't know. But I believe in giants. I think Paul Bunyan was probably a real person. That's right, internet. And we're from Bemidji. But Bigfoot. So I had 3 dreams. Bigfoot in Ojibwe, we call him Sabbe, which I believe is short for Misabe, which means giant. I think the Ojibways were calling what we call Bigfoot just a giant that we used to know. So there was one summer, within 1 week, I had 3 different dreams about Bigfoot. And so being a good little traditional Anishinaabe, I took some tobacco to an elder of mine, a guy who I respected and seemed to know a lot about traditional spiritual stuff. And I went to Jumbo Downwind, and I said, Jumbo, Dapanan Niwia Sema. And I offered him tobacco, and he goes, okay. He took it, and he sat down there, and goes, what's up? And I explained that I had these 3 dreams. The first one, Bigfoot came to me, and he was huge. He was like 30 feet tall. And he wanted to pick me up, and I knew he wasn't going to hurt me. No, I didn't know he wasn't going to hurt me. I was afraid that once he picked me up, I knew I would be 30 feet up, and if I fell out, it'd be like falling 3 times the length of a basketball hoop, because that's 10 feet tall. Yeah. And that I was just afraid I might accidentally get hurt if he picked me up. Next night, I had a dream where 3 Bigfoot came to me. I was in the woods. There were 3 Bigfoot came to me. The one on the left had a face of a monkey. The one in the middle had a face, was it a baby or something? And the one on the right had a face of what I thought was the Buddha. And I was feeding him, no, the third one, so there was those 3. And then a couple nights later, I had the 3rd dream where Bigfoot was big again. And I was throwing him little breadcrumbs, like feeding ducks kind of. And he kept on coming closer, and I kept on backing up. And I was getting afraid, and then I woke up. Okay. So I went to Jumbo, and I gave him tobacco, and I told him about the dreams. And he goes, yeah, it's very rare when anybody allows you to see, that when Bigfoot allows anybody to see him, even in a dream. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to build you a bed out in the woods here, and you'll go fast for 4 days and 4 nights. And you'll have no water and no food. When you come back, you'll seek out a vision, all this stuff. Yeah? Did you go? I went, absolutely not. Inside my head, I was going, no! Why did I tell him about this stupid dream? He wasn't going to tell me what it meant. He couldn't know what it meant. But then I walked right into, oh, okay, here you go. You can go on a 4-day fast. Yeah. And so I didn't want to do that, but I didn't want him to know I didn't want to do it. And so for a couple of days, I sort of hemmed and hawed about when I'd go out and fast and have a vision. Until I finally said, I can't do it. And he goes, tell you what, you'll stay here tonight, and in the morning before sunrise, we'll go out there. And for 1 day, you'll fast. And when the sun goes down, you can come in, and then we'll go on a sweat. And then, have a little feast and stuff, and, do a 1-dayer, and maybe you'll get some answers. And so I went out, stayed there that night. In the morning, I Jumbo walked me out in the woods, and he had prepared this place with a circle of sage and cedar, and I had a pipe, some tobacco ties and stuff in the trees. And then for that whole day, I sat and I prayed. I napped for a while, smoked the pipe, and thought about my life and that kind of stuff. Did anything kind of spiritual happen? Yeah, something spiritual happened immediately. Really? What was it? So Jumbo walks me out there, sit down, got my pipe. He says, I'll come and get you after the sun goes down. And he goes, you can leave that circle if you gotta go take a whiz. Yeah. But otherwise, just sit there. I said, okay. And he left. So I knew I had a lot of time to kill. And I lit up the pipe and I started to pray. And then I thought I would just do a gratitude list. And I said, Gitchimana, these are the things I'm grateful for. And I was just going to number off as many things as I could think of, just to kill time, really. Yeah. And I said, number one, I guess what I'm really grateful for, well, I'm glad for my eyesight. And just at that second, I started to bawl. Really? Yeah. And not like cool Indian guy seeing litter in that commercial from the 70s. Yeah. What's his name? I don't know, Silver Legs or something. Because I realized in that second what a gift eyesight was. And if you lost your eyesight suddenly, you would have no other problems. That's your only problem. I mean, nothing compares to having eyesight. Yeah, no kidding. But it blew my mind to just start bawling because I felt the gratitude of that gift for some reason. And then I wiped my tears away and I was like, what is that? Yeah. And I went, okay, number two. Kind of thinking that maybe I'd start crying again. I went, number two, I'm glad I can walk. Yeah, what happened? Nothing. Like, okay, number three, number four, and I went up to like 35, 36 things. And nothing moved me like that first thing, but I don't know. I felt I made a minor breakthrough in a second there when I had, said that prayer. And then what happened the rest of the day? Then I just sat there, throughout the day, tried to, thought about stuff, prayed a lot. And there was 2 times when animals came into the area. One was a dog came walking in, and he didn't even notice me. He walked, he was sniffing around, he just kept walking. And then I saw a deer. He walked by, and he didn't even turn, his head didn't, whatever. And he slowly walked away. And for a second, I was like, am I invisible? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, and one other thing. Jumbo said it might happen, that all the seasons of the year you'll experience in one day. And did that happen? Yeah, pretty much. In the morning, I forget what time, I think it was in the autumn when I did this. So I think it was really cold in the morning. I might have even flurried a little bit, some snow. Sun came out and it was really hot for a while, and it sprinkled a little bit. And by night it was clear and nice, but it snowed and rained and was super hot, and was autumn. It felt like all 4 seasons happened in that one day. And then the sun went down, and Jumbo finally came out, and we went in, and Ida was there, and I think Carrie, and I forget who else, and we did a sweat. And by about midnight, 1 o'clock, we come in and we had a big chicken feast, blueberries and potato salad and all that. And I finally drove home, and they said, "Now don't shower, you should just sleep, and then you'll have good dreams." And what happened? I immediately took a shower, and I made coffee. I even though I was really exhausted, I had a headache for not having any caffeine, and so I made a big pot of coffee, took a shower, smoked a bunch of cigarettes, and then eventually went back to sleep. But that was my 1 day fast, and the results of it. So kids, the moral of the story is, if you have a dream, no, it doesn't matter about the dream. If you're going to go to a so-called medicine man or an elder or whatever, be prepared that they may tell you to go on a fast or something, or don't. They're not just going to interpret your dreams and go, tell you you're special and be on your way. So anyway, when you remember a dream, it's not a dream, it's a message. Interesting. When you remember a dream, it's not a dream, it's a message. It really feels that way. I don't remember my dreams very often. I can always kind of remember that I did dream for a couple of seconds in the morning, but then they go away. Except on the rare occasion. And it's always so weird, it feels like a message. Sometimes I've had a few what I would call visits from people who passed away. That were very interesting. How much time have we done? 31 minutes. I think I'm going to go get NANABOOZHOO. All right. Hey, y'all. I'm going to go sit over there for a while. And when we return, NANABOOZHOO will be up here with Michael Lyons. My name is Emily Aubrey. Oh, you know what? Actually, can I talk about this? Yeah, go ahead. This is Elliot. I forgot that we were going to do this. Hey, everybody. My name's Elliot. And Michael, will you tell the Elliot story? And I'll go sit over there. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Emily. Gigawabba man, Minawa. I'll see you again. Hoa. So this is Elliot. And believe it or not, I found Elliot on the side of the road in a mud puddle. Isn't that pitiful? Somebody threw him out the window or something. I was going for a walk one rainy morning, probably 5-6 years ago. And I looked down there, and there was Elliot. I named him Elliot afterwards. I brought him to the laundromat, threw him in the washing machine, threw him in the dryer. Oh, and you know what else? Elliot had his guts cut out. Something was in here. Drugs, maybe? I don't know. But I do a lot of walking around town. And on a number of different occasions, I've found really cute stuffed animals. I think God just set there for me to save. Would later come and be part of the show. And the thing about the show, so for today's recommended, this is a new part of the show. I don't know what this is. My son had 2 dreams about Sabe. Interesting. There are some people who suggest that Sabe could be part of the fallen angels race. That's why they're giants, and that's why they have these crazy abilities to disappear and stuff like that. There's a lot of spiritual stuff around Sabe. And I also think it's interesting, the same kind of, the people who have programmed us to laugh and mock anybody who is to question the official story. Like if you say you think the earth is flat, people will usually laugh out loud at in your face. It would be insulting if you didn't know that you were actually right and they were wrong. But people have laughed in my face. They don't want to hear it. They want to shut down the conversation. I've told people I don't believe in outer space, and they laugh out loud. Tell me to never tell other people that no one will ever take me seriously again. It was just, I've lost friendships over it because they were programmed or brainwashed somehow. Well, that same, force, the dark side or whatever, that has, I guess it's like they probably call it a psychological warfare or whatever, that has made it, made people knee-jerk reaction to questioning the authorities to be mockery and stuff. You must be crazy. They've framed all discussions about Bigfoot. Anytime the news shows somebody who had a Bigfoot encounter, it's usually some toothless redneck, some, just least reliable person. Even though there's lots of documentation of police officers, military officials, totally sober, just people, that you kind of believe, and video footage all over the internet. But people have also been brainwashed, kind of go, oh, where'd you see that? The internet? It's like, where did you learn your stuff? School? A library? Did you get your information from a book that was published by Random House? So you're the authority on outer space? It's like, no. But anyway, so Bigfoot, aliens, the moon landing, evolution, the Big Bang, anything is theory. People want to shut it down. They want to mock you for it. And it creates a lot of kind of angry, a lot of hostility when you come out as somebody who doesn't support the mainstream authorities. You see it all the time. They have these useful idiots. Right now, the college kids are really easy to program. Right now, they're protesting a war that has nothing to do with them. They have nothing to do with them. All over the world, all over this country and in Canada, college students are protesting a war in Iraq, Israel, where is it? The Gaza Strip. Based on news they heard from, television, the internet. Who knows if it's even real? But then people are divided, and it's so crazy. I wonder why MJ isn't here. Hey, MJ's back, and be nice to her, Wally Bear. I saw MJ. She left a comment the other day. Who else is here? It's the BOOZHOO crew. All right. My arm was getting sore. Let me go get NANABOOZHOO. Welcome to BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO. Okay. BOOZHOO ni Janashinabe Dug. You gonna put your hand in mine? I'm gonna try. Hello, everyone. Anyone new to the show? This is NANABOOZHOO. And wow, you are really dark when you're not on a green screen. Yeah, I know. In next month, in about 5 weeks, NANABOOZHOO and I, and Emily, and Natasha, and Michael, and Sabe, and the whole cast, will be going out to the Fond du Lac Tribal College for their, I I got to figure out what the conference is called. The conference is called the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO Conference. I don't think it's spelled that. But we got invited out to talk about, I think my talk is going to be Ojibwe language and culture, using puppets, music, and humor to educate or something like that. And I'm just going to go out there and, we're going to go out there and teach them Ojibwe and sing some songs. You're going to talk about boarding schools again? Probably. Aren't you tired of that subject? Totally tired of the subject. It's like bringing up slavery every day. I know. Hey, everybody. Oh, here we go. This will work. Okay, hey, BOOZHOO. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. My name is NANABOOZHOO. John Redcorn. How you doing, my brother? What's wrong with my hand? Okay. So today I would like to, hey, NANABOOZHOO? Yeah? You've got a call on line 2. Oh, line 2. Let's patch him through. Caller. You're on the air. No, you're not. Caller, you're on the air. Hee hee. Hee hee, Shamoa. Hey, NANABOOZHOO, it's me, Michael Jackson. Okay, hey, BOOZHOO, Michael Jackson. How you doing, Niji? I'm doing terrific. How are you? Oh, you know, I'm all right. I thought you were dead. No, that's ignorant. I'm not dead. Hee hee. I'm Peter Pan. You're not Peter Pan. I'm Peter Pan at heart. Peter Pan at heart? What's that supposed to even mean? Well, you know, I'm a cartoon character. I'm two-dimensional. Yeah. What can I do for you today, Michael Jackson? I'm going to learn the Ojibwe word of the day. Of course, silly. Oh, sure. Let's see. Ojibwe word of the day. Actually, you know what? I thought I was going to pray first, but I guess it doesn't matter. Today's Ojibwe word of the day. Gagi Gado. Gagi Gado. Talk. That's right. Gagi Gado. Talk. You know, there's been a lot of talk about you, Michael Jackson. No, that's ignorant. I know, but are they doing yet another, what you call it? Michael, would you pay attention? Sorry. I got to make Michael bigger. You can see my chin. There we go. All right. There's been a lot of talk about King of Pop. Hey, Michael. No, it's ignorant. I kind of wish you hadn't called in and I could just talk about you now. Well, what do you know? What do you want to know, silly? Just say it. Say, say, say. How do you say Ojibwe? How do you say in Ojibwe? Ojibwe word for say is ikado. Ikado, 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 ikado. Didn't I sing a song with Paul McCartney called Say, Say, Say? I think so. No, that's ignorant. All right, I'm going to let you go, Michael. Okay. Kikalabamin, minawa, silly. Kee-hee, shamoa. Yeah, okay. Kikalabamin. Michael Jackson, Michael. I know, it's crazy, huh? How come you're so red now? I don't know. Because you get in here and then the lighting changes. That's why I wanted to use a cell phone. All right. Okay, well, here's the plan. All right, before we go, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to come back here tomorrow morning We're going to do a live stream. Invite your kids. Live stream children's Sunday school class with me, Natasha, BOOZHOO, Gakina Awia, Michael Lyons, BOOZHOO, Emily, Aubrey, BOOZHOO. Emily, how come you sound exactly like Natasha? Never mind. And we're gonna teach some Ojibwe stuff and some Bible stuff. So come back tomorrow morning. Otherwise, Michael, I can't just do this. Your arm's not strong enough. Yeah, I know. Gigawabamid minawa. Thank you, NANABOOZHOO. It looks like you all got a heart and a butt problem. A heart and a butt problem? Yeah. You sit, your butt sits down in that chair, and you don't seem to got the heart to get out of it. Okay, this is more comfortable. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Bigfoot in Cherokee is Tusul Kula. Kalu. Tsul Kalu. Tsukalu. Tsukalu. Are you Cherokee? Amaya? Ms. Jones? Cherokee people. Cherokee tribe. Okay, well today, Michael, can you pull up the prayer? Sure, I'll pull up the prayer. Today's, and tomorrow we should teach this on the Sunday school class. Yeah, okay. Any day now. Maybe I should, let's save this for tomorrow. Really? Yeah, I mean, this looks kind of cool. But I feel kind of stupid just praying like this. Go ahead. All right, I'm just going to pray like this. Because, quite frankly, it's okay. Tomorrow I want to talk to kids about prayer and God and Jesus. And so sometimes, all right, this is for the kids. This is for anybody, I guess. How's that look? Here we go. Take 2. I'm going to steal this tomorrow. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. On today's moment of prayer with your Auntie Emily, you could go outside and put out your tobacco before the sun rises and pray like a real Anishinaabe. Or you can go into a church, kneel at the pew and pray to a big old statue of Jesus hanging on the wall. You can go and pray in a closet and all quiet in that. It doesn't really matter. Gitchamanadu, the Great Spirit, he can hear you anywhere. He's inside of you. The kingdom of heaven's inside of you. So it is okay. I like to, when we pray sometimes on this show, we make a big deal out of it, going to all these beautiful places in nature. And NANABOOZHOO and Natasha, put out tobacco in the sunrise and all that. But it's also okay just to sit down in your house. You don't even have to put out tobacco. You don't have to get on your knees if you don't want to. You don't have to bow your head. You can just sit there and talk out loud, or you can think it in your thoughts. Lots of times, I do a little bit of all of it. I'll be like in Ojibwe, I'll just say, hello, God. BOOZHOO, Gitchimanadu. Hello, Great Spirit. Hello, God. Thank you for my life. Miigwech Miigwechka b'madazayan. Miigwechka b'madazayan. Thank you for my life. And really, I mean it. Thank you. Say what you will about it. I still like living. It's not always easy, but it's the only life I have. Miigwechka ishi kakina kegu. Ka ishi chikean nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. The Great Spirit, He's right there. He's doing stuff in your life. He's moving, shaking. Everybody's playing a part. The God we took a wishing. Andom in a way nungum. Please help me to speak well today. Sometimes I'll pray before we do a show and I'll ask Him, just help me to speak well. I want to be funny. I want to be helpful, educational, maybe, inspirational. It's time to start the music. It's time to say hello. BOOZHOO. Say hello to Brian J. Mader. He's from Wisconsin. Brian J. Mader. Oh, he's the best. Brian J. Mader. But then I'll always tell him, thanks for listening. Miigwechka bizandawiyeg. Thanks for listening. Amen. Ape inge. Somebody asked me recently, where did you get that ape inge? How did you learn to say amen in Ojibwe? And I got it from Michael translated the Lord's Prayer in Ojibwe. You didn't translate it. You found the translation on the internet. Yeah, I found the translation for the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father who art in heaven prayer in Ojibwe. Because the original Ojibwe translators were missionaries. Oh, yeah, I suppose, huh? Yeah. So the original Ojibwe English speakers, weren't the Ojibwe. They were the missionaries who made contact and then learned Ojibwe. And so Ape was documented for Ojibwe for Amen. How they say Our Father who art in heaven? What's the Ojibwe word for God? Well, in Our Father who art in heaven, you would say Nusana Wakwing Abian. And this goes back to my belief that in the dome. So in Ojibwe, and I learned this by learning the Lord's Prayer. In Ojibwe, they say the word for heaven is Abian. And sometimes people say Abian means in heaven because that's where the stars live. But a lot of old Ojibwe stories about stars and going up to the top of the sky, there are Ojibwe stories where a tree grows and you can get off its branches and stand on the sky and look down. And I think that they're describing the firmament, the dome that's over our head, that still exists. And I also suspect that we used to have enormous trees that would go all the way up to the firmament, and that they were cut down, and that, like the so-called Devil's Tower. Yeah. And again, isn't that an interesting play on words? That somebody cut down that enormous tree and left a stump. Somebody, meaning the devil, cut down the tree and then created the story. Oh, this is actually not an obvious stump of a giant tree, but it's a perfectly flat mountain tower, the Devil's Tower. It's just evidence of Satan telling a lie, describing this place we live in. And the Bible even talks about that, actually, that we live in a world of deception, that we see the world through like a glass, darkly or whatever. And so I think every description of this world, that we have to believe somebody else and not just looking around our own eyes, is a deception. So they say, yeah, we live on a spinning ball that's moving throughout space, following the sun, which is also moving throughout space, instead of what we can see with our eyes, which is the sun moves around us clockwise, and so does the moon, just at different rates, and they move like a record. Ape inge, says Sequoia Hummingbird. That's right. That's how you spell it. Ape inge. I think they put a little dash, a little hyphen or apostrophe after the E in ape. Ape inge. All right. Well, we're coming up on 1 hour. Should we call that a show? I kind of wanted to sing the outro. Should we try to sing the outro? This could be really stupid. No, it'll be good. All right, hold on. Move this down. I have to move way down, I think. All right, well, we're going to call it a night. And so unless for some reason something happens, we'll be back with NANABOOZHOO and Natasha in the morning for a very special Sunday school edition episode of BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. So invite your kids, and we'll see you again. Giga Wabamin, Minawa. Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Let's dance to the song they're playing on the radio. Let's sway while color lights up your face. Let's sway, sway through the crowd to an empty space. And if you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, we'll hide. Because my love for you would break my heart in two. If you should fall into my arms and tremble like a flower, let's dance for fear your grace should fall. Let's dance for fear tonight is all. Let's sway, you could look into my eyes. Let's sway under the moonlight, the serious moonlight. And if you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, we'll hide. Because my love for you would break my heart in two. If you should fall into my arms and tremble like a flower, let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance, let's dance, let's dance, let's dance, let's dance.